Welcome to the Rogers Kakasunguro YouTube channel. Big thank you for the support you're granting this platform. Kindly, if you're watching this, the only honorable thing you're able to do is to subscribe to this platform, and that is the only way you are able to support Kakasungura. A good morning wherever you are. Back to Kenya's politics. There is a brewing war between the executive and the National Assembly. And as we always say, there is nothing happens in politics by accident. When you say things are happening today, they must have been planned earlier in advance, and whatever you've seen today is just an execution. When you see William Ruto fighting the national government, it was not planned the very day he is calling members of parliament corrupt. These are things people have sat somewhere and they have drawn a strategy ahead of 2027, and they have resolved for us to salvage our stinking image. The only thing we can do, let us accuse our children of smelling like dogs. This is something that was agreed somewhere. People sat in a meeting for several hours taking tea and perhaps taking lunch, and they brainstormed. And the only solution that came out of that meeting is, let us go and accuse these members of parliament of being corrupt. In that way, we can be able to protect them from direct contact with the people, and let us also appear as friendly to the people of the Republic of Kenya. I am surprised, not even surprised, because I saw this early in advance. The majority leader in the National Assembly, Kimani Ichungwah, has changed tune. And this tune is not worrying me anymore, but it's fulfilling things that we saw it's fulfilling the things that we saw days ago, even before the fallout came into effect. Kimani Ichungwah is now telling members of parliament, let not Raila Odinga and William Ruto intimidate your powers. Why? Because as elected members of parliament, we are vested with immense powers to even make sure that Ruto is also impeached. So let them not scare you. We can impeach Ruto, but Ruto cannot be able to impeach you. Though he was speaking in parables, but as a political analyst, connecting those statements, you can be able to understand what this fella is talking about. Can we listen to Kimani Ichungwah in the National Assembly?
We have men and women, as Honorable Juneta said, who have been elected by the people to come and represent them and oversight government on behalf of the people. Therefore, Honorable Speaker, when we oversight the executive and the judiciary, because we have that singular role as enshrined in this constitution, we don't do it as a favor to anybody. Not to the president, not as a favor to those serving in the executive. We do it on behalf of the people. Therefore, I want first to encourage members that nothing and nobody should instill fear in you in doing your work as members of parliament. Because you are duly elected by the people of Kenya to exercise oversight even over the executive, even the office of the president, and even the president himself. That is why this house has powers under this constitution to impeach those in the executive, and those in the executive can do nothing to remove you from this house. Absolutely nothing. Because that is how we crafted our constitution, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I have listened to many of the contributions, and let me take particular interest to what the Honorable Tienda Omolo said. That we have a Powers and Privileges Committee in this house, Honorable Speaker, which fortunately is chaired by none other than yourself. This Powers and Privileges Committee has the powers and a singular mandate to receive complaints, as Honorable Tienda Omolo said, from whatever quarter against any member of parliament who may engage in any manner of impropriety, whether within the precincts of parliament or outside parliament, Honorable Speaker. It is not fair to condemn the house in its entirety, Honorable Speaker. We have young members like Honorable Njeri, Honorable Joseph, who just joined this house the other day, Honorable Speaker. We have older members like the Honorable Keinan, the father of the house. who has been here for a long time, and yourself, Honorable Speaker, when this house is condemned, you are condemned. The Honorable Kenan is being condemned. The Honorable Njeri and Joses here are being condemned. Honorable Speaker, if there are people who have suffered, I am among those people who have suffered immensely from this condemnation. I was a sponsor of that bill the Honorable Murugara was speaking about as leader of the majority. I saw yesterday when figures of 150 million shillings were mentioned that relate to the Senate. There are people who went on social media to say, oh, that is the 150 million Kimani Ichungwah used to purchase I don't know what where.
I have 3 reasons why I think this is happening. Number 1, Ruto has seen that a number of members of parliament are unpopular. And when they are unpopular, they cannot be able to help him campaign at the ground or at the grassroots level. Even those in the UDA party, because they lost trust with the people a long time ago, Ruto has come back to his side and realized, oh yeah, I have only 2 years to the general election. And a number of members of parliament are unpopular. So how do I cut off these members of parliament so that we can begin rebuilding from scratch? Is to accuse them of being corrupt. Ndio wakosane. Wakisha kosana, Ruto will have the ground to build himself towards that. Number 2, impeachment of the Assembly Speaker, Moses Wetangula. There word on the street that a popular member of parliament from the UDA party is drafting an impeachment motion against the Speaker of the National Assembly, Moses Masika Wetangula. For those of you who follow me, you remember previously, I have told you that Masika is not going to finish in this government until 2027. It will be very difficult. So there is word on the street that a popular UDA member of parliament, very close to William Ruto, and with a high-profile seat in the National Assembly, is drafting an impeachment motion against the Speaker. So Ruto is trying to divide the members of parliament so that they don't unite towards one cause. Point number 3. Ruto and Raila have realized their image is tainted. They have realized they cannot again regain trust from the people. And the people have been crying of corruption in this government. So the move is trying to salvage the public image. And I have the 4th one, the last one. Raila has taken over the government. You remember in 2017, that's 2018, when Raila Odinga had a handshake with Uhuru Kenyatta, everything changed. Kila kitu ilibadilika kwa parliament. Paka Ruto akafukuzwa Jubilee. So this could be one of the minds. This would be Raila's mind trying to set the government back to default settings. Why? Because William Ruto entirely depends on Raila Odinga for a re-election. If Raila Odinga chickens out of William Ruto, that is his death politically. So to appease Ruto, wandani wa Ruto wamemwambia ongeza Raila maziwa and listen to him. Whatever he proposes, just bow down and respect him. In that, he will help you. But I wonder, Raila was with Uhuru Kenyatta with the system, but they were defeated. Raila is here with William Ruto with the system. I read malice. God bless you. See you the next episode. Asanteni sana.